everyone, and welcome back to AustinTalks, where today we are covering our typical weekly game. Oh my god, it's not Austin Plays. Austin, a weekly production news, and we are currently at week 29. We're also almost at week 30, and it's kind of weird to believe. For those who don't know, the from between weeks 31 to 36, they'll be in two separate videos one from 31 to 33 and then 34 to 37, just because of that is during exam season. But anyway, as of right now, this is when this is currently the week 29, so without further ado, let's just get right into it, with the first off being about a recent trailer released for Transformers 1. So I didn't really know anything about this movie other than the theme of the movie, which is obviously to be about Transformers, but the trailer did really bring what I like, the understanding of this movie, full circle. So it does look really good as well. The animation, I think, is quite what really brings it together. And before I watched the trailer, I looked more into the voice actors and the producers and the trailers, and I think it's gonna bring it home hard. This is gonna be one of the best cartoons, I reckon. Now, for those who don't know, this actually premiered in space. The movie, the trailer was premiered in space, and it was released while and a copy was released in space. So that's kind of cool. And for context, this movie is about the origins of both Optimus Prime and Megatron. So when Megatron was, I don't know what his name was. I want to say T-800, but I think that's the character from Terminator. But Optimus Prime was also known as Orion Pax. So we also meet the typical team of the characters played by. So we've got, what's his name? Michael Keys something. He voices Bumblebee, and it's a very comedy-like film, as what I gathered from the trailer. And it does seem very Despicable Me and cartoonish banter, which is what you expect from a cartoon movie that is said to be comedy and action. Now, I will be watching this, and I think after I showed my parents the trailer, I think they were pretty interested as well. And obviously, the soundtrack sounded pretty good, so honestly, my hopes are high for this. So, I didn't know this would actually happen. I know we've got a game on the way, but I'm glad we now have one of these on the way as well. So, The Last Ronin is a very typical show. It's very typical in the TMT universe, and there is a show about it, I believe. And so, as I said, we have a game on the way, but now we have a new movie on the way as well. I mean, that means it shows that they're quite interested in this storyline, if they're very expanding. Now, we have some details regarding it, which also does portray the type of movie we're getting, which is dark and gritty and very impactful sense. Some sort of like the Batman movie is what it was described as going to be. This movie has been confirmed to be an R-rated movie, and this will be shown in live action. So for those who have watched the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, this will be like that, but just hopefully a better quality. Now, which I think will add to the story of the movie. It will bring more depth. The grittiness will add more impact and depth to the movie. Now, I have been looking forward to this game for a while, and based on what we've actually heard, this movie may actually come first than the game, because the game is being mega delayed. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does come first, and I would definitely go and watch this. I would be surprised if this somehow, within some miracle, releases before, if somehow this releases before, the Batman 2 movie, I'm going to be furious. But I also do enjoy, I'm looking forward to it, so that is for sure. But that is The Last Ronin for you. Definitely. What are your thoughts on it? So this may seem weird, but Margot Robbie just she, as a figure, has a lot of news revolving around her. So I put Margot Robbie in this context because the news that we had about her movies that are upcoming has more to do with her than anything. So as of recent news, Margot Robbie is said to be involved with a couple of movies that are being developed, including a Monopoly movie and a Sims movie, which are both game oriented. Now, Sims I kind of get because it does roll down the same category as Barbie, but I don't know what they would do for Monopoly. And I mean, there was a few ideas for a Monopoly movie it was about a decade ago, but they just never did anything with that. And I honestly don't know how you would make a Monopoly into a movie, but alright. I would like to see what they cook up for that. But Margot Robbie is said to play a main role in both of them. Now I'm actually excited for both. Sims, I don't know much about it. I obviously know much about Monopoly. I've played it about 1,000 times, but I don't know much about Sims. So may not. They both interest me, but if I had to choose one, it'd be Monopoly. But I am excited for both, and if my knowledge of the actor serves me right, she will knock it out of the park. She is an amazing actor, and but she did very well in Barbie, and like many of her movies, I do think this will be good. So yeah, we can only hope that this goes well. So we've also got some movies on the Smurfs. So I actually had no idea that this was a thing, or that actually Rihanna was directing in this movie, but we have had some news recently about when it is to be released. So this movie is to release on Valentine's Day of 2025, and alongside that, the whole cast has been announced, and that is quite the roster. We've got Wyatt Russell somewhere in there, and it is looking good. So the whole cast was announced for this movie, and it is, and it does surprise me how many people are how many popular people are in this movie. I'm also surprised I didn't hear about this movie sooner. I mean, I'm kind of a Smurfs fan, but I don't know if this is like a live action or not. I would hope it's kind of a cartoon, based on what I've seen, but I'm not too sure yet. So it looks like your typical animated Smurf movie. That I'm basing that off of the text, mainly because it looks like the goofy one we saw with the new animated ones. But this also does look like the similar font to the Mario movie from 2023, which I am not complaining about, but I did when it comes to Smurfs, if you're comparing it to Mario, I'm a bit of pullback there. So this also comes out the same day as Captain America, A Brave New World, or like New World Order or something, so I may have to pull a back-to-back that day, and I'm always looking for good movies to watch, so yeah, that looks like to be a fun day, if I have a Valentine's, obviously. So, Avatar: The Last Airbender, there has been a new movie confirmed. So, while I'm not a big fan of the anime, after watching, I'm not a big fan of the animated version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, oh my god, the new show was so good. Now, but the thing is, I do think the idea of an animated Avatar: The Last Airbender movie has been it would be a good idea, and it's set to release January of 2026. Now, we have some details about what this movie will be about, which is that all the characters like Toph, Zuko, Sokka, Katara, and Aang will all be adults. We also know that Dave Bautista is written in to be voicing the villain, which I would presume was Zuko, but based on what I've seen here, I don't think that is. The typical villain of the franchise is the Fire Lord. I kind of get that if that is the case, but I don't think they would go so typical, especially after the new show. So maybe someone else who isn't an element, but that would go against the purpose of the movie. However, this is such this is an Avatar. You have to choose the different element. But after watching the new show, a character like Ko, or one of the evil what are they called? I'm not too sure. I mean, you could have the face stealer, You could have Ko the Face Stealer, or, I mean, it's the only big bad villain I come to mind, but you could have a load of monsters, but that's doesn't exactly, like, shout good movie. But I've been watching a bit of the Avatar Last Airbender anime after watching the live action, and I would definitely be open to watching this movie. I mean, I after watching that Netflix show, I was hooked, so honestly, I wouldn't be so far as to say no to an Avatar The Last Airbender new movie, so bring it on. It took us a while, but we've now got Monarch Legacy of the Monsters Season 2 confirmed. Now, we knew for a while that this would happen, but it is good that we've actually got some clarification and confirmation that this is actually happening. After watching the first show, I'm very happy. First season even, because it was very good. I'm glad the producers waited to announce it after the success rating for Godzilla, the new Godzilla film, which obviously we know was quite good, because it doesn't give the series more avenue. It does give the series more avenues to go down and into more depth. I hope we learn more about Hollow Earth. After watching the new film, which I'll do a review of after GCSEs, that is currently underway. However, I need to know more about Hollow Earth. That movie did not clear things up at all. And I think this would actually be a good sense of deepening, like, the timelines that are chosen for this, the different timelines. So this, as a whole, would be good, and I'm looking forward to this new season coming, because the first one was really good, and I do recommend going to see it. So yeah, I do recommend going to see the film if you want to watch, and obviously I would actually say watch Monarch Legacy of the Monsters before, because I watched the Godzilla film before before I watched the show, and it did clear things up quite a bit, which I definitely recommend for futures. So it's like, I watched it and I was like, wait, why is that thing? What is that? And then you watch Monarch, it does clear things up, and I do recommend going to see Monarch. As I said, wow, I'm slurring my words today. It's been a while since I've recorded, but after watching the first season and the movie, I do like the way that this franchise is going, because the MonsterVerse is doing so well, and I do want it to succeed. So honestly, flush out as many seasons of this, because you have so much liberty as well. So you have my support. You've got one person's support. I'm not too sure about everyone else, but I'm looking forward to the second season. That's just me. Yeah, so Invincible Season 3 has officially been confirmed. So Invincible Season 2 has just concluded with how it ended, and people are actually incredibly happy with the recent confirmation that Season 3 is now happening. So I still haven't watched this, but I have a few friends that have, and they absolutely love this show. And alongside this, a game is on the way as well. So I know a bit about how the last season ended, and the stuff with Omni-Man and Invincible, and that whole dynamic. And I think they will pick off from there. This season is also not to focus on Atom Eve, because of her recent movie shorts, which I kind of get, and also it's not exactly her show, so they're trying to not focus on her as much, and reflect more light on everyone else other than besides Omni-Man and Invincible, obviously. Which does make sense, and a new major character is said to be on the way. Other than the people that die in the second season, I don't know who they are, but apparently they're going to replace them with some major new characters. So I guess that kind of balances out the deaths, I guess. But I still need to watch Invincible. I have been told it's very good, and I have, after watching the trailers, I'm like, I really need to watch this. So hopefully, I get the chance to. But yeah, it is a very good show, I've been told. So we got some Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse news this week, more to do with the release window. So we finally got an estimated release date for this movie, and while it is across 12 months, I'll take it. I'll take it, because considering the hype that we got around this, and it was supposed to be released this month, I don't care. So this movie was confirmed Yeah, so this movie was confirmed or leaked to be released at some point next year in 2025, because the music producer for this movie's soundtrack said that he is soon to start for next year's release. I would argue that this is a close call from the last movie gap, because we went from 5 years to to 2 years. I'm excited but skeptical. It took them 5 years to make an amazing movie. It took them another 5 years to make another amazing movie. Now it's only taken them 2. That does frighten me. But knowing them, this is the conclusion. They're not going to go ahead with this anymore. So I hope this does do a bit better. But yeah, I want it to do well. You can't just go exceptionally ascending in the hype and then go immediately down. That's very bad. It's a good conclusion, decline quality, so nobody's that fussed that it's ending. But there's definitely different ways to go about it. So 2025 is just expanding while the day goes ahead. And I ain't complaining. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't complaining. Now, this is the last thing of the week. But yeah, there wasn't a lot in week 29. Trust me, I did look. Maybe they're in a couple weeks' time. So, Shadow the Hedgehog has officially been voice casted. So it took a while, but we finally got the confirmation of who will be voicing Shadow. And after reading the Shadow character type, I completely agree with what they chose, being Keanu Reeves. Now, it's to be. I initially thought it was going to be Hayden Christensen, but Keanu Reeves is said to be playing Shadow the Hedgehog and voicing his character. So, as I said, it obviously blows the Hayden Christensen theory out of the window. I'm, if anything, I'm happier, because Keanu Reeves, after just watching John Wick, goddamn, he knows what he's doing. Since then, everything has been posted everywhere. Everything has been posted, and everything with Shadow replacing John Wick in posters as support for this news. And I think that is good to see that people are happy, and it does build the hype. And for this movie, as of right now, this movie is getting more hyped by the day, and that is the biggest fact ever. And this now has made a big leap in that hype, because a lot of people weren't excited for this, and I kind of get that with how the last movie went. I mean, I liked it, but it didn't receive a bit well. So I'm kind of glad that this is now doing a bit better. So that is week 29. Well, everyone, I do hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you'd like to see on the channel. Next week, we've got a couple videos, and then we've got week 30 on the way, and we will not have any videos in between. I have said we won't have any videos in between week 30 and week 31 and 3, but then the next one will be just 34 to 37. Those are the only videos coming out as of then. So without further ado, everyone, I do hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!